In our first story, fire on Thursday night raced down the Vienna City Club here in Accra, and the popular nightclub and entertainment center located here at the Kwame Nkrumah Circle was the scene of the incident. It is not clear yet what may have caused the fire, but property worth thousands of Ghana cedis were reported to have been destroyed. Joint News Latif Idris has been at the scene and has found the reports.
According to eyewitnesses and workers of Vienna City nightclub, it started around about 7:30 thereabout, and as we speak we have about 6 fire tenders at site battling the fire which has been raging on since it started. I have one of the workers here, and he's going to tell us exactly how it all started. You are welcome to join us.
Yeah, I'm Andy, a cashier of Vienna City, Accra.
Okay, so tell us exactly how the whole thing started.
Okay.
It started from air conditioning in the down bar. We have 2 bars, the down one. I was taking stock in the VIP, and then one of the waiters called me, there's fire. So I went there. When we were about to off it, then all of a sudden we had a big buzz, wow, then it started.
Were there any workers in there when the whole thing started?
Yes, we were all in.
So can we say that some of your colleagues are trapped in there?
No, nobody. Nobody's run out.
A couple of minutes ago, I saw some of the workers bringing out 2 dogs from the place. Were they trapped in there?
Yes, it's okay.
All right, so he's been stopped from granting an interview to us. As you know, the fire is still on. 6 fire tenders, I must say, are on site here battling the fire. For now, we do not know how long it's going to take the fire officers to completely put the fire out. So that is the situation here. We were trying to get fire officers to speak to on the issue. I'm joined by the public relations officer of the Ghana National Fire Service. He's going to tell us exactly what his department have picked on the ground.
We have picked some information, but it's too early to make any conclusion as at now. You know, we just finished with the actual firefighting. We are combing around the place to pick up the pockets of fires to ensure that there is no re-ignition. So that is what is on the ground.
Okay. When the situation was still on, we still had electricity running through the facility. That caused a spark, and one of your men was hit. As we know now, he's been taken to the nearest facility. Have you had any word? How is he feeling now?
I cannot confirm that as at now. I'll find out if that is the case. As far as I'm concerned, I'm not aware of any injury to any firefighter. Yes. Okay.
The situation, I'm told, was able to spread quickly enough because the facility had no fire tenders or fire hydrants to help put out the fire when it all started.
You know, a place like this has a lot of combustible materials. And so once the fire starts, every material in there is combustible, and they aid in the spread of fire, and that is how come you saw the conflagration. But we were able to quickly deal with the situation.
One point that also came out, that the main casino was not touched. Were your men able to secure the place? Because that was the key concern of the owner of this facility. I heard him shouting that you should get your guys to move in there to, protect his casino, because that is where he keeps his money.
You know, in firefighting we have strategies, and so this is what normally the general public are not aware of. So that is what we did to tackle the places that were not already on fire, so that we fought the fire from where it is not burnt to where it was burnt.
How soon should we expect a report from the Ghana National Fire Service? Soon?
Very soon.
Any timelines?
Very soon.
Very soon. Thank you very much. So that is the public relations officer of the Ghana National Fire Service speaking to us, that for now they are unable to tell us exactly what caused the fire outbreak here at the Vienna City, which I must say we had a casualty. One of the fire officers was touched. He's been rushed to the hospital. The main Vienna City club has been burnt. Everything in there is engulfed. Everything completely burnt down. So from the Vienna City here, adjacent where we had the June 3 flood and fire twin disaster. We are experiencing this sad incident today, and my name is Latif Idris.
And that very comprehensive report by Latif Idris at the time of the incident. Many of you also were posting a number of your own eyewitness accounts on social media. We're very much grateful also for tagging us on our page, Join News on TV. But let's look at this very story. As the breakdown of critical equipment at the Korle Bu Teaching Hospital is reported to have compelled doctors to use a disinfectant to sterilize their equipment, with serious safety implications on health. The equipment, known as the autoclave and housed at the Central Sterilization Services Department of the Korle Bu Teaching Hospital, is said to have broken down about 2 weeks ago. The doctors say the Parasafe disinfectant does not thoroughly sterilize the equipment before surgeries. It is the best alternative under the circumstances. Joint News sources also told Kwetenati the alarming situation had forced some departments to cancel surgeries so as not to replace or place the lives of patients at more risk of infections.
Those were sounds of some frustrated doctors demanding explanations for why officials of the Central Sterilization Services Department had not been able to sterilize medical equipment for surgery. The autoclave machine at the department has broken down for the past 2 weeks. Officials of the sterilization center now depend on 37 military and police hospitals to disinfect their equipment, but they are unable to transport all the necessary equipment because some are too bulky to be moved around.
It's just unbelievable. It's unbelievable in the 21st century that we could allow a sterilization center to just run down to the extent that a huge hospital like this would have to go outside Korle Bu and depend on 37 and police hospital for sterilizing their equipment.
I visit the Central Sterilization Services Department to verify the doctor's claims. It's a huge building opposite the National Cardiothoracic Center. There isn't much activity here on this block. Only a handful of nurses chatting happily. But all is not well as it seems here. Doctors tell me surgeries have been cancelled because the equipment were not sterilized.
In those instances, cases have to be cancelled because we don't have surgical packs, we don't have tools which have been properly sterilized, so you can't do an emergency and you can't do an elective case. Very simple thing.
One doctor who pleaded anonymity tells me how he had to use Parasafe to disinfect equipment before performing a life-saving operation. As unprofessional as it was, he had no choice but to rely on Parasafe.
I thought it was highly unprofessional. It's unfair. It's like you need a machine to sterilize the equipment, and then you dip it in Parasafe and hope that all the bacteria on those equipment would die. In the hope, it's not like really proven, but you're just hoping, because if you don't operate on that patient, also the patient will lose his or her life.
Public relations officer at Korle Bu, Mustafa Salifu, however, says the use of Parasafe in disinfecting equipment is approved by management.
The use of Parasafe to disinfect is one of the methods of disinfecting equipment before their use, and it's something that is acceptable. It's something that is done in the health sector, so it's also something that we do in Korle Bu here.
But it doesn't give you 100% if you are looking at Parasafe as an option.
It is an effective method. You know, our people are professionals. They will not do anything that will expose patients to danger and harm.
But a doctor tells me it doesn't give you 100%.
No, but in an emergency situation, it's better you use it to save a life than to say that you wait for them to come and take the things and then do the proper autoclaving before the equipment is returned for them to use.
But the life of a patient is more worth than a few thousands of dollars needed to replace the autoclave machine, which had run down due to poor maintenance at the nation's premium hospital. Reporting for Joy News, Kwetenati, Kolebu.
Meanwhile, the management of the Kolebu Teaching Hospital is promising to fix the broken down sterilization machine by the close of the month. And Public Relations Officer Mustafa Salif also told Joy News a contract to that effect had already been awarded.
Yes, the autoclave machine for the past 2 weeks has been down, and it's something we started working on since last year to replace all the autoclave machines that we have at the CSSD unit. And work is going on. Contract has been awarded for the replacement of the faulty parts, and then we hope that before the end of next month we'll have the place fixed for them to resume normal operations. But let me tell you, the breakdown of the autoclave machines at the CSSD does not mean that we don't have any other source of autoclaving materials for theaters. We have other autoclave machines spread across the hospital that we use at various theaters, the pediatric surgery theater, surgery unit theater. Also have the first floor theater where we have another autoclave, despite the fact that the capacity there is not as huge as the main CSS unit, but they are helping. But sometimes when there's a need, we also fall on other sister hospitals within the metropolis to help us to autoclave materials for the CSSD unit. Let me point out clearly that the breakdown of the autoclaves at CSSD unit has not affected surgery. It has not caused us to scale down our operations in the theaters. So we are making sure that we do the necessary backup so that work is not affected.
Okay. We know that you are dependent on 37 police hospitals for sterilizing some of your equipment. What are we looking at here? Because you are just telling me that you have other autoclaves machines in this facility.
In other news, the Ashanti Regional Minister has confirmed to Joy News that thousands of cattle are being moved from the Agogo area towards the northern part of the country. And the movement follows March 31, 2016 deadline issued to all herdsmen to exit the community with their cattle by the Agogo youth. Well, the Regional Minister Alexander Akon has also been explaining the latest development to the news team.
Important to first talk about the court decision and not the ultimatum by the chief. Because in terms of legal interpretation, we'll use the court one to do it. But we are collective in the resolution. Now, with the implementation, we are only refusing to talk because we want to go to the full haul of solving the problem. As I speak to you, there's massive movement of cattle from the Agogo area towards the north. In fact, in thousands, they are moving away. But we are experiencing what is called reprisal attacks from the Fulanis because they have also been attacked, their cattle. And that's why we have military and police presence, city presence to quell that particular movement. Because we never anticipated that was going to happen as a reprisal attack, and that's what is happening. But something else has happened because we've always maintained that it's a national situation. So when you saw the prevention from the Ivory Coast side, it implied that it has been taken aside by the national security, so that will prevent it from the source. When there was a sort of declaration about attack, the cattle have been attacked in numbers.
Okay.
And then there have been reprisals, and they are also replying, and that's what we want to be on top of. But in terms of movement, we are getting appreciable movement of the cattle from the area.
And that's it for the news this morning. Many of you have been giving us a lot more messages. It says, Roland, please, in the name of God, I want you to give serious attention to my concern in order to save the lives of innocent children and their mothers from avoidable deaths at the Wa Regional Hospital. And the matter is that maternal mortality rate is on the ascendancy at the hospital just on the 30th of April, or you mean March. 4 children died during normal delivery and cesarean sections. The nurses and midwives are rude. They don't have sympathy and empathy for patients. And can you imagine a nurse was called upon to assist a pregnant woman who fell in the washroom, and the nurse refused with the excuse that she did not admit anyone in the washroom, and CS was eventually carried out on her, but she lost the baby. The way doctors also respond to emergencies can be improved upon. Please, women in WA need your help. And that's from WO. WA. Okay, I hope that the authorities are also listening. And this one also from a concerned teacher in Pandai. It says, Mr. Roland, please ask the Pandai Education Office IPPD officer whether he has sent our arrears input this time around, because he deceived us the first time that he sent our input for arrears just to bring out last week, just to bring those forms out last week from his room. In fact, this is not the first time this is happening in that office. Please help us and to remove him from that very office. We don't appoint. And then he says, please, well, we have this one also from, I wish you all the best, Mama Vio Uso Abu Agendas from Samfo Ismail. Okay, and I'm the best loser as far as we're concerned. Why, Mama V, so soon to where? I thought this was April Fool, but Roland did the news alone. Hope you are happy wherever you are, and God bless you. Akpab from Zebila. Akpab from Zebila. And this one also said, good morning, Roland. Why is Mama V? I feel lost watching Joy News without her. Boating from Kofodia. Yeah, we do understand the way it is, but we have to take a break. When we come back, we will be looking at the newspaper headlines, so do stay on. We'll have a lot more for you.